Gemini, hey, welcome to Lady of the Unknown Oracle. My name is Sophie. Welcome back. For those of you who are joining me once again, thank you so much for your love and support. You make what I do just so meaningful and you validate my presence. So thank you so much for being here. For those of you who are showing up for the first time, I hope that you enjoy your reading. Welcome, and I'm so happy to have you here. If you have any questions or need any information about the channel or myself, I will provide some information in the description box below. This reading is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, like literally anywhere in the chart that you have this sign. I am not an astrologist, and birth charts are very complex, and I refuse to limit it to just 3 signs, to 3 placements, I mean. So this is for whatever here resonates for you, even if you're not a Gemini and what brought you here is the title. By all means, welcome, and I hope that you enjoy your message. This is going to be for the upcoming week. Okay, so this is going to be from March 15th to the 21st, Monday through Sunday, and we are going to get a look, it's like a forecast, right? We're going to see what you can expect this week in love, career, personal development. We are going to just see what comes up, and whatever the most dominant messages are, we will address them. 5 of Swords came up as a need to walk away from conflict. There might be somebody you are finding in your environment is particularly toxic and manipulative, and it is frankly a waste of time, Gemini. So if you have been asking yourself, do I stay or do I go? For this week, take some time away from this and just walk away. Someone here is going to try it, okay? Someone here is going to try it this week. Don't try them back. For as much as listen, because I have Gemini in my chart and I have close friends who are Geminis, I know you just want to cut them at the knees, right? You just want to verbally just karate chop them at the knees. Don't do it. This week, just walk away from it. Don't let them get the best of you, because I feel like whatever this person is going to try to do, that's literally all they're doing it for. They just want to show that they can evoke that from you. You're too smart for that. Don't let it happen. You're too smart for that. This week, please, for Gemini. What can Gemini expect this week? Gemini, what can Gemini expect this week, please, coming in? What can Gemini expect this week? What does Gemini need to know, please, with advice as well, please? Telling me to cut this up. Okay, Gemini. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, strong Aries, possible Virgo, very strong Aries once again, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Could be connecting with a Cancer who might not be the most honest person right now. You have the Strength card underneath. You see the Devil there. In this particular deck, which I personally love, has a front and a back, images on both sides. I'll leave the link for this deck in the description box below in case you're interested. But this is the depiction of the opposite side of Strength, right? So you see for those of you who follow tarot, you have that same depiction of the woman looking into the lion's mouth on the opposite side. I freaking love it. You see that strength, that balance, that freaking fortitude. You see the Devil just trying to intimidate them, but they're not scared. I love that so much. And for you, that is what this energy this week is about. It's about being challenged, being pushed out of your zone, being told that maybe you can't do it, being told that, what you want isn't possible, or being in a toxic situation, right? Just something as simple, right? It's not simple in that it's not complicated, but in terms of it being the one thing this week that takes up all of your time, right? It's something that challenges you, that puts you in either a bad mindset or a toxic environment, and you stand up to it. You stand up to it and you rise above it. And even if it's just baby steps this week, that is the track that you are moving towards, is acknowledging the problem, identifying it for the toxicity it spews into your life, and rising above it and saying, you know what? I'm not taking that. No more. I'm not. Right? So there's a lot of strength for you this week. So Gem, there could be somebody who you're connecting with, a mom specifically, for those of you who are male Geminis, masculine Geminis, right? You have somebody here who you are working very, very intently with, someone who loves you very much, who you love very much, someone that you're a partner with in some aspect in love. They're very overworked, whoever this person is. If you are a male Gemini connecting with this reading who is with somebody, who you love very much, who you are currently with, to build a family or to build a home or to build a business, right? There's this person, there's a lot of meaning here because of the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love for this person. You care about them, whether you're married or just best friends, but business partners, right? This person is very overworked. At the beginning of the week, make sure you check in with them. And I keep forgetting to mention, but this is the beginning of the week. Then I pulled cards for the middle of the week and then cards for the end of the week, along with guidance, okay? So this is the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That, energy is very fluid. So it's just, instead of limiting it to days, it's just the energy as it flows, right? So at the beginning of the week, somebody here is going to need some help, okay? Now, if this is you, Gem, right? If this is you really trying to put that work into yourself, right? Because you are feeling really beaten down, you might continue to feel overwhelmed over the course of the beginning of the week, right? You are applying yourself to something in the 3D world, right? School, work, something, and emotionally it's just kind of exhausting you. What this Three of Pentacles tells me, if you'll notice, this side, right, has the single person, and in the back you have the two peeps, right? So in the back where you have the two people, that's indicating people who you're working with. This is you kind of figuring out what it is you're contributing to the team. So you're either in school or you are working on a project, or this is you at work, or this is something that you're putting a lot of time into. Could be motherhood, right? Whatever occupation you have, it's taking a toll. You love it, right? If you don't love it, you find yourself only staying in the situation because you see that what could ultimately come from this is worth your energy. You will love what this brings. It's a sacrifice is what it feels like. And at the beginning of the week, you can expect to continue feeling kind of like, overworked, but you will triumph, okay? It is a triumph. And I say that because in the middle of the week, you have the Four of Wands with the Fool. So whatever is about to happen in the middle of the week is something you do not expect. You feel kind of like you're going into the unknown, right? Because you also have the High Priestess here. You're going to feel it before it happens. You're going to know that things are getting better. It's like something in the air, right? It's like something in the air. You wake up that morning on the right side of the bed and you make that first cup of coffee or tea and it comes out perfectly, and you go to pull your clothes out of the closet and there's not a wrinkle in the outfit you want to wear. It's one of those things where it's like everything just kind of cascades into this like beautiful just kaleidoscope of colors, and the day is just beautiful and you feel happy, and it's just, the air feels crisper and the colors are just brighter, and it's, you don't know what is about to happen, but you know it's going to be good, right? And that's going to be the middle of your week next week. It's something very technicolor, you weren't expecting it, and it gives you kind of like that renewed faith in yourself, renewed faith in the process, in the system. And it really, it allows you to kind of stay, it allows you to kind of renew that faith in your intuition as well, because there might be an intuitive nudge towards the middle of the week that you might be like, oh, that's not really the situation, but it turns out to be the situation, and you find out that, hey, I was right. So in the middle of the week, there will be a sense of empowerment, an opportunity for stability, something, celebration at the very least. For some of you, you might be able to just, whatever happened at the beginning of the week, towards the middle of the week, you're going to start creating plans. You're going to talk with somebody who, maybe you weren't anticipating was going to be such an explosive presence in your life, and it turns out that they have kind of helped you pivot a little bit from a space of like needing a lot of help to suddenly feeling like you have all the help you need. So this person can kind of be sort of like a friend to you, someone that lifts you up and inspires you. If this isn't another person, right, this is just you yourself. You are just going to be feeling very supported in what you're doing. You're going to feel like you've achieved a different level of stability, whether it's, dynamic or subtle, really depends on what it is you're doing, but you're going to notice a distinct shift in how comfortable you feel with your current skill set. If this is at home in love, you're going to notice a change in energy, right? One from very stressed to one that's very positive. There might be an air of mystery, right? You don't really know where this is coming from, but you're going to feel that uptick, right? That uptick in suddenly feeling happier than you did before, less stressed than you did before. And if it's work, same thing. Going from a space of feeling overworked and tired and just needing help to feeling fully supported and like you've got this, either with the assistance of another person, could be an Aries or a Virgo here, or it is just this you find it within yourself, right? You find it within yourself to rise above. You find it within yourself to be strong enough to utilize the resources at your disposal and be be that bee. You know what I mean? Like really show up and be that person. Be that person that you know yourself capable to be. At the end of the week, there's more. You could be connecting again with an Aries, but then you have the Emperor with the Six of Cups. Okay, so the Emperor with the Six of Cups tells me that relationships, connections, past communications, memories that you have, you're going to move past them. Okay, there's not going to be really a feeling of being hung up. You have the Knight of Swords here as well. It's not going to be a feeling of really being hung up anymore on the past. If you're connecting with somebody who you feel like is kind of holding on to their past, and you're holding on to this person because you feel like there's something about them that just makes you feel very connected, you're moving past it. Like towards the end of the week, there's a very strong rationality that is persevering through anything that emotionally doesn't serve you, because as the Emperor, you're putting your foot down. You need stability, and you are doing what's necessary to do that. You're going to put emphasis on stabilizing relationships that are meaningful and putting full support on that, right? So if there are toxic relationships going on in this week, where someone is really trying your patience and just kind of throwing everything on your plate and telling you deal with it, you're going to say, not today. And you reach out to your support system, you reach out to the people who you know care, and you cut out that person. You cut out, and for some it could be as little as like just blocking that person. It could be something as dynamic as moving out of a situation physically, because Four of Wands with the Fool could indicate somebody is moving out in secret, right? You are planning this week to leave physically a situation beyond which you don't even know how this is going to pan out, but you are deciding it for yourself because it is safer, and intuitively you know this is the right move, in which case please take this as confirmation that you are correct in that assumption. Okay, at the end of the week, whatever this is, there is full confidence in the company that you keep and in where you stand emotionally, and you are letting your logic and your rationality and what you know about the situation, the person, yourself, the circumstances, and you're letting that be your guiding light through this week. Okay, and your advice here. So you could be connecting with a Cancer. You could also be connecting with a Leo, an Aries, Sag. For those of you who are connecting with somebody who has really not been fully supportive and on your side, this person really just wants something that tickles their fancy right now for the moment, right? This person, if it's about love and commitment, this person could be promising you a lot without the intentions of actually giving anything. All right, Seven of Swords with the Chariot along with the Page of Wands, right? Someone who's just kind of in it for the fun. They're not telling you that they're heading in a different direction than what you actually are asking from them, right? There's something like they're doing a lot of this, but then in terms of the actions, you're noticing that there's an inconsistency here, right? That could be what this intuitive pull is in the middle of the week. It could be, at the beginning where you just notice that you're kind of left out in the cold to just kind of handle all of these things yourself, make decisions alone is what it feels like. And you're asking for help from other people who care more. And in that, you realize that this person really is not the move, so. And this could be love, this could be in career. If you're looking for a partner to help you with something, there's something about this person that's like not checking out. That's because your intuition is like the alarm bells are ringing, and from previous experiences that people who tend to handle their situations and their business and their relationships this way don't tend to have positive outcomes in what they're trying to do. There's conflict, right? There is a lot of confusion. And these people can tend to make other people feel responsible for things that go wrong while being the direct reason things went wrong, and then putting their hands up and saying, well, I had nothing to do with this. You should have told me. The word narcissism comes up right now. So for some of you, you're dealing with someone who's like a overt, whatever, or narcissist, right? Somebody who's just very toxic, somebody who is trying to get one over on you, but you're smarter than that this week, and you're figuring out that, that's no. And I'm seeing that you don't need a reason either. Like, it's the feeling alone that helps you kind of snap out of this and identify this. You're not waiting for the evidence, because the evidence is in the behavior. It's in the way they talk to you. It's in the tone. It's in the way you feel when you're with them. You don't like who you are when you're with this person, or who you are when this person handles their business, right? They leave you to do a lot of things on your own, or you know what I mean. Like, if this resonates, you understand circumstantially what this looks like for you, and this person is not all that they are making themselves out to be in terms of what you thought could be the potential. So this week you are making a decision, you're following your intuition, and you are stabilizing the relationships and the circumstances that give back to you, while at the same time kind of cutting out, making that first step in cutting out presences, people, and situations that don't honor your investment. Okay, and the advice, of course, is to identify this, right? Is to identify this. And it also, for those of you who are, you know, really nice, like just, I don't, the word people pleaser comes up, but not necessarily to that extent. I use that word because I myself can be one, so I relate a lot to this. But the advice here is basically, you don't have to display your plans to somebody, right? You don't have to tell them where you're going. You don't have to tell them what your next move is. If you know right off the bat that there's a situation here that doesn't serve and that you need to leave, or whatever the situation is for you, there's something that really strikes your fancy more than this situation, right? A job path. You don't have to tell your, you don't have to tell your employer. You don't have to, if you want a new job, or if you want a new opportunity, you don't have to tell someone that you already have one foot out the door. Get the applications out, right? If there's somebody that you're connecting with who doesn't look like they are good for you, and you're like, but the truth is I am trying to date intentionally and I want to settle down with that someone, then by all means make sure that you are keeping your word to yourself, right? And just because you date doesn't mean that you are out there physically doing things. If you are, please be safe, because on top of COVID and everything else, obviously that's just the big sister in me coming out. But obviously make sure that you are protecting yourself. Have fun, but be protected, but go ahead and start figuring out who else you might want to be dating, right? You don't have to stick to this one person, and especially if they're making you feel this way, you don't have to tell them that you're gonna go ahead and start dating other people. Go ahead and start getting numbers and say, listen, we're not married, so just go, bye. And if you are married and thinking about moving out of a situation, depending on how toxic this has been, because I understand how sensitive domestic violence, right, in homes can be, that situation is very delicate, and I see that you could be reaching out and thinking about making that leap. You don't have to tell anybody your plans except for the people who are going to be supporting you through it, and that's okay, right? You don't have to share your plans with people. You need to trust yourself that you want this, and you need to trust the people who have your best interest in mind to help support you through it. And I see you making strides in that this week. Okay? So Gem, I love you so very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for validating my presence here. I appreciate you so very much, and I love you with all of my heart. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the description, let me know in the comment section below. And if you decide to revisit this later on in the week, to let me know how everything is going, and if you find that this resonates in hindsight, also let me know. I'm doing weeklies, so I just, any feedback helps. And I'll see you next time. Any information you need is in the description box below. I'll see you next week. I love you.